As Trump tanks in the polls, Kamala Harris is stronger than ever, and she has a plan to take on Donald Trump and win this November. After one of the shortest presidential campaigns in history so far, Kamala Harris is rapidly building momentum across the country and most importantly in swing states. After an incredible week of the Democratic convention, the Harris campaign has already announced plans for continued campaigning. And worst of all, for the Trump campaign at least, she is starting off in one of the most important swing states, Georgia. Over the past month, we have watched Harris draw polls to a tie on the national stage and take the lead in many swing states, such as Michigan, Wisconsin, and Pennsylvania. Polls are currently mixed in Arizona, pointing to either a tie or maybe a slight lead for Trump. But some great news for Harris came out this week with her finally taking the lead in North Carolina. And while it is a small lead for now, we can only expect it to grow as her campaign continues to rally Democrats and moderates. And this all points to a big electoral problem for Donald Trump. Both parties by default have around 230 electoral college votes that are pretty safe, which means that the big fight will be in the swing states. With Kamala currently polling ahead in Wisconsin, Michigan, Pennsylvania, and North Carolina, Trump cannot win, assuming she actually does win those states. And even further pushing her lead, Harris's announcement of a bus tour across the state of Georgia is terrible news for Donald Trump. He needs to play defense in these swing states, but cannot afford to campaign in 7 states at the same time. And especially not while Harris and Walz are now back out campaigning as well. Over the next week alone, the Harris campaign will take a bus tour across the state, host a funding event, introduce Tim Walz to the South, host the first interview with both Harris and Walz, and finally end the week with a rally in Savannah. This will be Harris's 7th time visiting Georgia this year and the 2nd campaign stop as the presidential candidate. And this not only shows the importance of the state, but we can also see that this is benefiting the campaign by a lot. Because up until now, Georgia has been Trump's safest swing state, with polls regularly putting him around a whole percent up. But after the DNC, that lead has decreased to 0.5%, and hopefully with this tour across the state, Harris can swing Georgia in her favor. Even if Trump holds his lead in places like Nevada or Arizona, he would still have literally no way of winning the Electoral College. After 2 disappointing second-place popular votes in the past elections, Trump's only hope was to win the Electoral College. Because we all know that the popular vote is never going to go to Trump. And Kamala Harris is proving to have an amazing strategy when it comes to swing states, which will make it much harder for Trump to win. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for more content similar to this.